Yeah, hi everyone, and welcome back to the session, which is on all about generative AI. In this session, what you're going to understand is what are the necessary things to understand about generative AI. Okay, necessary things. That is why I have divided the sections: part one, part two, part three, part four. Okay, part five, some parts. Okay, using, I mean, if you go through these parts, you will definitely come to know that what are the necessary things to focus on and what exactly it is and how we can start learn on it, something like that. This series of sessions really going to interesting and really going to easy. First of all, it is very easy. No need to put lot of effort. That is very good thing. Like unlike the machine learning, deep learning, because code comes to generative AI is little bit easy in many of the times, and sometimes when you write with fine tuning and all, there you have to struggle. Otherwise, most of the times, if you want to build a small applications using generative AI, the code is definitely going to be easy and it is readily available in the internet. And even generate it. You can also generate it. Uh, okay, so today what we are going to understand is all these parts which I came up to make you understand about generative AI. The first part is understanding the generative AI. Generative AI, what exactly it is? It is already I mentioned you in the first session, maybe by just in the way to explain you the difference between AIs, two AIs. So it is one among them. So generative AI refers to the artificial intelligence only, but it is designed to create new content. Okay, new content that resembles human created work. That is the important line you can note down, so that it is going to create a new content that resembles how exactly human can do that. Okay, and what it can do, it can do generating novel text. Novel means which was not existed. Novel images, novel audio, novel video, code, or any other things. And how it can do is it is learning the patterns from the existing data. Okay, and create a new content with a similar characteristics. Understand, this is also an important thing. Generative AI, if you want to build your own generative AI, first thing you need to know to gather all the required data and then make your machines to learn on that data, make your machines to get the patterns out of it, and then you can use generative AI to on that data to generate a new thing. That is why it is learning the patterns from the existing and then creating a new content with a similar characteristics, and it can produce outputs that appears to demonstrate creativity and originality. That is also there. And then what are the key characteristics are? These five things you have always have to understand and remember, because if you want to build any generative AI thing, you have to come up with whether your application going to follow any one of these characteristics. First of all, creativity. If you want to do a creative job or creative writing, creative art, then definitely yes, generative AI, because it is having an ability to produce that things. Versatility, very important. It is nothing but applications across various domains. Something like text, images, music, code, all such things it can do. Adaptability is also there. It can be fine tuned for specific tasks. For example, let me tell you, this is very important. Adaptability. For example, generative AI don't know about yourself, correct? Yourself, because it is kind of a privacy. You may not posted all about your things in the internet. Of course, you might have posted in the Instagram, because Instagram do also follows the privacy concerns. It will not let you your information go out to anyone unless until they are friends to you. Okay, this is their privacy. But no, for example, I'm not your follower. I cannot know about your posts, about your location, about your details, about your phone number, email ID, anything I cannot know because I don't have an access. So similarly, your privacy was restricted somewhere with the platform. But if you want your information to be known to anyone, then you can. tune in such a way you can provide your own data to the AI model. You can tune that accordingly and you can get the information accordingly. Okay. So I mean to say your information means your company information or your task specific, or else if you want something else to be created out of it, then you can do that. That is what an adaptability. That is very good characteristics and important characteristics out of all. And scalability, every AI system can have scalable. Yes, it can also have, it can generate a large amount of volumes of context very quickly. Iterative improvements will be there. Learn from the feedback to improve the output. Examples are, already know language models, image generations, music generation, code generation, video generation. These are all old ones. The new ones I did not add here. These were the standard ones which were already there in 2024 area. But nowadays, the count is unlimited because many models came and many tools came in the market. But I did not add. You can explore them in your free time. These were the standard ones which were been using in 2024. Already people started using, and they have provided a very good reviews over it, tested a lot of times, a lot of applications. That is why I presented here. But to be frank, there are many more. I cannot even add all those things here. That many are there. Okay. Next, large language models. This is the second part. This is really important to understand. Large language models. What are exactly they? Large language models, in short, we can say it is a LLM. These are a specific type of generative AI that only focus on natural language processing. Here you need to understand two things. One is type of generative AI. These are the type of generative AI. Second thing is natural language processing. NLP we already covered long back. If you understand NLP, natural language processing, the input is going to be on text mostly, right? Text means unstructured data. I mean to say unstructured data. If the input is on unstructured data, then and also a sequential data, that is what a natural language, and we are going to processing it for the application purpose. And these LLMs accepts that form of input. Okay, understand that input, though it is a language way, but still it is having the ability to understand it, and it will understand what exactly user is required to do or to get the output, and accordingly it will generate. Understand? So the system or the model which is behind is what large language model. But if you debug these three words, large language model, there are three things. Large, definitely it is in general word, that is large in size. Large in size meaning there are lot of computation behind it. Machine learning model, for example, if you consider, it is very short computation. Means you just need a CPU. Okay, i3 is enough, right? But large language model, if you want to build, you need GPU and even more supercomputer, NVIDIA supercomputers, right? And also large means one more term it will come, data set. In machine learning model, if you have 10 rows, 2 columns is enough, right? That much small data set also it can easily learn. It will build. But large language model literally need a lot and lot of data. Okay, large data set is large, computation is in large size, the application also in large scale. Next, language model. These are language models. Language models means that do can understand the natural language betterly, and then they can build an application using that. Okay, model. And if you want to know, I have presented here 4 points. Neural networks actually trained on the vast amounts of text data, designed to understand, generate, and manipulate human language. The language can be anything, either it can be Telugu or English, Hindi, anything it can easily understand. And then build using transformer architecture. This is really important, transformer architecture. And using that architecture, with billions of parameters. Tomorrow, anyway, I will explain you a short introduction about transformer architecture, but now you just understand that okay, one architecture is there. In CNN, if you remember, one architecture is there, right? Similarly, transformer also do have one architecture. It uses that architecture and then it will work on it with billions of parameters. And it able to recognize patterns, relationship between words and concepts very well. So this is all about large language model in short. If you want to build your own large language, how can it possible? Few things you need to understand. First, you need to have all the data with you, whatever the data you wanted to use to train, and then debug that data. I mean to say, pre-process that data, convert all the text data to representative vectors, and then choose deep learning algorithms to train. Okay, after using deep learning algorithms, then you need to have obviously supercomputer or else at least GPU with advanced features, because computation definitely required to compute large amount of data sets. Then it will it will follow the transformer architecture, because sequential dependency will be there, and then you can come up with your own LLM model. Okay, that is how already these companies like ChatGPT coming up with OpenAI LLM model, Cloud coming up with Anthropic models, Twitter X is coming with Grok models, Gemini from Google. Similarly, there are many. These are Mistral is also there. So these are all different type of companies coming up with their own LLM models. Cohere is also there. I will show everything. Okay, in the coming sessions, you will understand. You will going to learn different AI LLM models. What are the free and free to use? I will show you that. Whatever has to pay, I cannot show you because that requires credits, right? Yeah. So these are the things. These were already they made. They released. They are some of them are open source. Open source means you can easily use them for your own purpose. Some of them are as you pay as you go, something like that. Those are the products, so we have to purchase the credits, and then we can use. Once the credits complete, you cannot use it further. Okay. So some of them are open source. We will consider all the open source ones in this throughout this series, and then we can build applications using that. And once you go and get into the company, they will, if they have anything quality and all, if they need, then they will go for paid ones, subscription ones. They will give you access. Definitely using those access, you can use them. Okay. Yeah. And then how exactly it works means just now I told, right? So first it was pre-trained. Already they are already trained on them. So LLMs are first trained on massive data sets, contain billions of words from books, articles, websites, code, coding, all the things. It considered almost everything. That is why generative AI can do anything. For example, it consider all the domains: construction, healthcare, medical, education also many things, biology, social, maths, all subjects are there, and what not. Coding is there. In coding also all the languages are there. All the different applications are there. Different technologies are there. Different things. Everything starting from preschool till PhD. It has everything. Okay, in all the sectors, it has space, everything, whatnot. Okay, if there is anything which is not there in the chat GPT, if there's though those are, I mean, if once the developers of chat GPT observe that, definitely they will also make use of that content and then retrain the models and then make it available. That is what they are doing every 6 months, once in 6 months or once in 3 months. They whatever the new content has been released, that is also going to train. Okay, that is why one suggestion here from my side: don't try to upload your personal data to ChatGPT, especially OpenAI models. OpenAI models having their own privacy, open privacy, they can use your data. It is clearly mentioned in their privacy. That is their privacy. You are agreeing that and then using. Okay, then you are not allowed to question also. Okay, you are agreeing that, and then don't upload your pictures or don't upload your personal data, because we never know how that is going to be trained on that. Okay, because these are all black box models. These are all black box. Black box means no one can actually know what exactly inside it. Simply they can give you an input, you can expect an output out of it, but you never know what exactly it do behind. That is why these are all black box models. Okay, so whenever you're treating with the black box models, so be aware of not sharing your pictures, ghibli art, something like that. Don't do that, because it is not 100% safe, because it is there in their privacy itself. They can use your data, they can use your photos, they can use your things. So that is why be cautious. Okay, if you already been used, okay, forget about it, but next time onwards you don't do that. Then tokenization is very important. Already we discussed in NLP, so please refer that NLP videos. I have already shared in the YouTube, so you can refer them. You'll get to know again, once again, NLP and all. Yeah, tokenization is there. So going to broke the every statement into tokens, and then the converted into words, and then tokens and all. Token is really important. These large language models actually measure the output and input in terms of tokens. Okay, and then fine tuning can be done. Fine tuning I just explained you, right? So it adaptability means it can adapt it according to your requirement. Okay, specific task it can do. For example, let me give you a small example. This is really important. If you want to become a generative AI developer, fine tuning is really important skill you can add on to your resume. Okay, if time permits, I will definitely cover this concept also. It is not there in our schedule, but sure, if time permits or interested students, I can cover this concept, fine tuning. In fine tuning, how exactly it works is, for example, if you are working for a company, medical company, the medical data which was not there in the system, okay, which was not there in the Google, or which was not there in the internet, but they want really a LLM model to work on this in large scale of medical data. They really wanted results out of this medical data. Then we can use one pre-trained model, and we can use the data of our data, and we can tune it, and then we can use that model. But don't worry, the fine-tuned model, no one can access it. I mean, your company build a fine-tuned model, let us say, that fine-tuned model, until unless they release in the internet, we cannot use it. Understand? So that is completely safe and secure, only applicable to your own organization on your own data sets. So that is what fine-tuned. Inference also will be there. When you given a prompt, the model generates text by predicting the most appropriate next tokens. Okay. I already mentioned you, right? The generative AI is all about tokens. How many you are providing, and how many the AI is going to provide you in single run. Okay. So according to the tokens, the price is, if your tokens are more, the price also will be more. It is directly proportional to each other. Okay. Key features: zero shot, in context, emergency abilities, multimodal capabilities. These are the key features of LLMs. You can easily refer. I provided the text in the presentation in such a way you can easily understand by reading it. Okay. I will share this document to you today itself. Okay. What are the limitations? This is really important, guys. What are the limitations of LLM? What ChatGPT or any other AI model can really do mistake? What type of mistakes? This is the thing. First is hallucinations. Hallucinations means it may think something, it will give you something. So, for example, as a human, also, I already told you, right? If you really wanted to understand AI, assume yourself how you work. For example, if I ask any one of you to tell me a story, or to tell me uh, a, a real thing which has happened in your life, or else something else, you can explain yourself like this has happened, this. That may that may not be correct. That may not be correct with the right thing. You may hallucinate it, and then you are expressing. Similarly, AI models also, whenever if you ask any question, if you ask any question to AI, it will definitely give you an output. But that output is how actually that output is correct. We don't know. It may hallucinate also. It is thinking that it is correct. I told you, right? So it is thinking that it is correct. That is what it is hallucinated. And also in ChatGPT, if you observe, there is one statement will be clearly given. Where is that? New ChatGPT maybe. It is clearly given here in the down. ChatGPT results are not completely correct. Okay, something like that. So it is hallucinate. It can hallucinate. That is the limitation. But if you ask me, Ashwant, how can I correct that hallucination? You can do either fine tuning, because you will going to tell that boss, AI boss, this is not the data I want. See, this is what I have. Okay, according to this, you have to tell me. Sometimes you might have used, right, while solving your assignments or anything, it may give you a wrong result. Some in that case, what you guys might have done, you could have given the right data. See, refer this content and explain me. Then it will, okay, I got it. Okay, fine. Anybody experience of that thing? You can share me.
Yes, Ashwanta.
Very nice. Yeah. So you could have used, sir, you have to refer this and then answer me like that, right?
Yeah, like I had given for my resume, it gives some random projects and everything. Then I asked it, "Oh, these are not my projects. This is my old resume. So can you please edit, make changes in it?" Then I asked like that.
Mm-hmm. Then you got the right ones, right?
Yeah,
Got it, got it. Same. This is what hallucination. It can hallucinate. Then if you provide any other thing, that is what the feature of, I just told, right? That is what the feature of inference. It is having another feature. Inference means you can ask something like that, and you can provide some more information. Okay, iterative improvement. Exactly. It is what, not inference, sorry, my bad. It is a key characteristics of generative AI is iterative improvement can be done. So you can, I mean, it can understand out of the feedback of human. Okay, continuous feedback. Okay. Okay, so then that is what a hallucination. The second thing is knowledge cutoff. Sometimes it is limited to knowledge because, for example, if I ask the chat GPT about the things which has happened yesterday, it cannot give. For example, if I ask chat GPT, hey, do you know that in Amravati tomorrow, government is going to start or resume the works which were stopped in 2016? You don't know because it was not known. I only came to know today itself. But how can ChatGPT know? It is actually feature of knowledge cutoff. Okay. But anyway, they resolved it. I will show you live example. This search option is there, right? This is what it actually searches from the real time news and then answer that. That is there. But if you don't use that option, then it is a limitation. That is knowledge cutoff. Reasoning limitations, very important, guys. Think this, note this, okay? Think about this and then note it. Reasoning limitations. How many of you heard about DeepSeek? Anybody here?
Yes, Ashwin.
Okay, do you think it is good?
It's good, but I haven't used that
You
much.
haven't used that? Okay, fine. Okay, so actually,
Yeah,
once it
I
is,
use most of the time ChatGPT itself.
yeah, very good, very good. But once it was released, you might have seen the news, right? Anybody seen the news? It is taking out the chat GPT. It is the right, nice model, something like that.
yeah, like
Some
some
buzzy
of the
news.
news suggested like it was the alternate for the ChatGPT with the cheaper version, and the US lost $1 trillion in the stock market too with that thing.
Exactly. This is the point I'm expecting. Yes, what Mushraf told is exactly true. Why? Because DeepSeek is coming with reasoning power, and ChatGPT is lacking with reasoning. So LLM models actually do have one limitation, that is what reasoning thing. But nowadays they also tackle this. Here you can see, anybody saw this, observe this, reason. This is what the reasoning, adding the reasoning power to the ChatGPT. Okay, I will also demonstrate you tomorrow. Going to be very interesting, all about AI tools. Okay, prompting AI tools. Definitely today all theory, but theory is really important. That is why I'm covering. Okay, reasoning limitation is also there, and then bias. It is also important, my dear folks. Bias. It has the bias feature. So wow, whenever you are training your LLM or else whenever you're dealing with prompts, so be clear about it. Okay, bias means it can reflect and amplify biases present in the training data. For example, okay, yeah, it can be gender bias or it can be parameter bias. Bias means I cannot come up with a perfect result, but bias means sometimes it is only going to tell you one thing which is already common in there. Okay, common in general. For example, if you ask ChatGPT, um, um, who are doing more jobs in the US, either male or female, it may give you male or it may give you female because it was already there. It was the thing which is there in the present data set. But it cannot think and take the real time, and then it can tackle that. Bias is always a concern in generative AI, but whenever you're dealing with the prompts or related to the bias variance, okay, I mean bias related thing, and you have to do the adjustment in the prompt, or else do be clear with the data what you have and all. And this is not going to be major consideration in generative AI applications, but definitely you should be aware of this. Then definitely it will help you out. Okay. Okay, so this is what part two. I hope it is very clear. Large language models in general. Okay, and then importance in today's job market. Yes, why generative AI matters for employment? I have given you five very important points. First of all, automation expansion. Every company is now doing automation. Okay, automation it can do because it can understand, it can think, because nowadays generative AI is coming with two more things. One is reasoning, one is search, and deep research. Okay, these three features are not simple features. Those are very, very advanced features, and many more applications can be done using those features. That is why it can do automation at expansion. You need not to write the code. You just need to explain the thing. Then it will write the code. It will deploy the code. It will everything it will do. In your free time, if you are very curious about generative AI, I will just give you one tool to explore yourself. That is bolt.new. Anybody used it? May I know? Anybody used it?
No, Ashwant.
No,
Ah,
Ishwant.
nice. Then you will definitely like it. If you want to build a website, okay, full stack web and mobile apps,
Okay, like we
don't
had seen a lot of ads about it. Like if you just give a screenshot of anything of that, it generates the code, right?
exactly, exactly. Figma is the only thing you have to learn if you really wanted to build websites or mobile apps. Figma is the only way. I mean, not only way, my bad. It is one of the ways. Okay, Canva is also there, but Figma is most popular and widely used in everywhere. Design team, UX, UI people definitely know this skill. You just need to import the Figma image. Figma is simply like how a website can be look like. UX means what? User experience, right? How exactly you want your website to look like. So that image you can upload, and then you can bam. For example, I want to build a, we can say like e-commerce website similar to Flipkart or Amazon or Walmart. Walmart, Amazon is also fine. Amazon, Amazon. And my company name is uh, um, three people are there, right? I will use your names. Yes, MSSY. That's it. The website should be should be professional with nice UX features. Use your knowledge. Or I'm not adding all the prompt engineering skills here. I will add in the next lecture. Just just that's it is enough. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll continue the lecture because it will take 2 minutes. Okay. So today's job market, why it is really important is it can do the automation and it can help you to increase the productivity. Okay. Um, I will share one thing after this recording. Yeah. Skill evaluation also will be there, and industry transformation is also there. And then economic impact. This is really important, guys, to note down. Economic impact is there. Currently, in my company, also recently it removed nearly a lot of people who are doing manual things after we started using generative AI. I will explain you the use case tomorrow. Please remind me, any one of you, if I forgot. Ashwant, you wanted to share use case which is there in your I mean, right now, what use cases you are working with in your company. Please remind me so that I will share the use cases. You can also build projects around it, and you can start applying if you are interested in those areas. You can start applying jobs after you do those projects. Definitely, those are really good projects. The companies are really requiring those things, and our team, like our team, is also willing to provide you the real time project, okay, which you guys can come up and then do that. It is also helpful, but please remind me, I may forget, okay, this thing. Today I cannot cover due to time, okay. If time permits, I will cover, okay. Yeah. Going further, current market trends, if you see, 55% already of the companies already using generative AI in some capacity, whatever it may be. Okay, but some capacity it already started using. I mean, this 55%, again, I'm saying 2024. I'm not considering the 2025 because half year is also not completed. That's why I cannot come up with the numbers, correct numbers. That is why this is 2024. Okay, it all 55%. Yeah, I don't consider till April of this year. Okay, and investment growth, if you see, you might have heard about from Trump. The US is going to invest a lot of money in OpenAI and what is the other company? I forgot. Sorry, forgot. If you know, add me. Okay, OpenAI is one thing for sure, and one more company, I think, no, this Elon Musk one, I think. I don't know, but they are going to invest a lot of thing into AI. Then workforce integration. Already 70% of the workers are expected to use generative AI. This is damn sure it is going to happen by the end of the year itself, this year itself, not even 2026, because 70% of the workers are already known how to use ChatGPT. They are using ChatGPT to come up with a code, to come up with any other application what they are working on. And skills premium, 30% to 40%, obviously salary premiums were there. Okay, so everyone now looking into generative AI. You can also come up and jump into this technology and start using it, and then um, you know, uh, going to be very skillful persons. Okay. Then job market transformation. Obviously, job market nowadays, if you see chart, AI prompt engineer are there, AI trainers are there, ethics specialists are there. I will explain this ethics also once I start explaining you ChatGPT, Gemini, and all. There I will explain you this thing. Ethics specialist is also a new role, guys. If you're really interested into the legal team, okay. If you really interested into the legal policy team and all, ethics AI ethics specialist roles are also there in, especially in US. If you see, there are many job roles. um Changing existing roles, obviously some roles are being vanishing and then coming up with new roles. Skill demand, industry acceleration is also there. Then fourth part is all about generative AI across different domains: software development, IT operations, user experience, cybersecurity, healthcare, education, business and finance, creative industries, marketing, sales, manufacturing, legal. These are all most commonly using. Okay, don't think that these are only ones. These are most commonly using in 2024, by 2024. Okay. I said right. I am not considering 2025 things because it is still we are in May. If I cross July, maybe I can consider some more data. So this by 2024, these are the most commonly used industries and domains. Nowadays, if you see, movies also going to create using generative AI, right? Yeah. So that is it for today. Prompt engineering, I will start tomorrow. That is why I'm not covering today. So that is all about it. Tomorrow. Then sixth part is all about AI enhanced job market. How you guys can prepare AI enhanced job market. How you guys can learn what exact skills, what are the practical steps, career preparation, conclusion, some references also I provided here. Okay, I will explain those concepts tomorrow. Anyway, I will share this document today itself. You can also refer, and please try to attend all the remaining sessions. This will really help you. Okay, yeah. So now I'll stop recording and